The reason I'm happy, I'm very thankful to God because my daughters, my twins, Lisa Marie Chiravo and Lorraine Marie, Nakato and Vavirie, they performed very well in P7. They sat for their appeal in 2024. Nakato scored 4 aggregates and Vavirie scored 5 aggregates. Yes. Bright Grammar, way back, they were in an international nursery school. As they were going for their primary, so much was happening around me. I wasn't able to keep them at home because I thought about the risks of the outside world, the exposure to nudity, exposure to obscenity and poor dressing codes and everything. I was always worried because they're my firstborns. I always thought the very best for them. So, being I did not have a car, yet the primary schools I thought that would accommodate them well. Where we lived was a few miles from most of the schools that I would take them to. It meant ferrying them by taxi to go to school. So I decided and leaving them at home as well, I didn't like that because when you go out of the house, the maid will want to watch the soaps. They will start from at that very early age. I feared they will start learning what is the message from the soaps and what the maid is able to offer during the day with them. So I decided I should take them to a boarding school. So I looked around the boarding schools. They were either too expensive or below standard. So I decided, because from way back I saw my father used to take his kids to Bright Grammar. I went home on a Christmas day sometime because we went to have Christmas at home. Then I spoke to my father. I told him I'm planning on taking these kids to Bright Grammar. I think it's a good school. He said, definitely. Don't even think twice. Said definitely. And my mother was there as well. She said, no, why would you take kids this young to boarding school? And besides, Masaka is very far. You guys live in Kampala. How are you really going to manage when those little kids are there? Have a heart. So my father said, listen to all that, but stand your ground. Bright Grammar is the what? Is the answer. My sisters had gone to Bright Grammar before. I saw they were well taken care of. I used to see that because I was older than them. Sometimes we used to go and visit them there. And when they came back home, usually, we were also children, but we would see that it was a big deal being in Bright Grammar. It was something we all wanted, but we knew when you go to Bright Grammar, we expected too much from you, you know. So I trusted them even before I took the kids to school. You know, these kids have different health issues. Others are too young, you know. What I noticed in Bright Grammar is that they give special care to every category of the kids they have. The little ones, even the religiously different. Those ones, like the Muslims that are fasting, I saw they used to give them special meals. They used to take care of them differently. Even religion. We are Catholics. I found that there is a way they groom all the children in their respective denominations here. Because at home you can find that some parents, a child would go up to P7 without completing the stages of the sacrament. the ones that we all know as Catholics. I also, maybe the confirmation for the Protestants, the Muslims also have maybe their, but every stage at Bright Grammar, the children will get all that at the appropriate what stage. That I appreciate them so much, because I know, even if it were me, we become very busy sometimes, and you find that it's very hard to squeeze into your program. So you find that a parent can take a child up to senior secondary school without completing those stages, which are easier finished in primary school. Yeah. And then, as an example, it was Lorraine, one of the twins that you've been speaking to. She had health issues. Yeah. She wasn't comfortable eating beans. But believe me, I used to get phone calls. She told me, and I thought maybe, well, because she's talking to me, she's just being naughty. But then I got phone calls from the teachers, Teacher Sarah, telling me, this kid, I think she has a problem. She needs help. She doesn't eat beans. She's eating food as dry as it is, and yet mostly it is the accompaniment to the food that we serve at school. So do something. Bright Grammar, they do not tell you to bring any eats, but they can find a way of catering for those kids with special needs. And Bavidia was well taken care of in that capacity. Yeah. The systems in Bright Grammar are satisfying, very satisfying, that you do not have to question anything. Bright Grammar is an all-rounded school. It has an all-rounded school environment, covers everything with very little effort, and it's not that expensive. I discovered it around, well, they were around in P5. He used to ask me, Mommy, should we join the debate club? We want to join the debating club. You know, I do have a very special relationship with them, with my children. We speak about everything. Even me, when I need to do something different from what they know, I ask them. I talk to them and let them know why and how I'm going to get involved in a certain business or program. Even them, even if it is school, they inform me that there is this, but what do you think? Should we join or should we not? At times I advise them and tell them, okay, in P5 I was okay with it, but as time went on, I used to advise them to cut down a little bit in those other programs, because I thought it is taking a lot of their time when they have to also cater for, get ready for the exams. So I went to school. I spoke to one of the teachers, Teacher Maria, Auntie Maria. They call her Auntie Maria. She told me it's okay. It's okay. They can manage both. They can actually for these other programs, the leadership programs, debating and public speaking classes. She said they help them to relax, to get some time off, but at the same time still improving their speech and public speaking skills. So we agreed. I thought that was a good one, so I let them continue with it. Even during holidays when they were at home after PLA, they were asking me to go and engage and compete for the school in the debates, the national debating competitions that were there. Unfortunately, they were not able to go because I personally wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared for.
After my graduation, I want to be a doctor, and I was inspired by my uncle, Abraham, because yes, he's a very good doctor at Case Hospital, and he has also other hospitals he works in. and I really like the way he does his work. After my school, I want to become first a lawyer, then maybe I can proceed to a judge, because I feel it interesting to defend people who are really innocent. And I want to become someone's lawyer and a person whom I trust when I grow up. Not only that, I want to become a book author. I want to write a book that can bring up people from some people who I want to change their behavior, mindset. I don't want to leave this world, okay, without leaving a mark.